Hello everyone, this is Cesar and Asha. We were here to present to you Bundl. So since we were born, we're surrounded by stuff. Even before we were born, actually, our parents started buying stuff for us. With stuff growing around, and by the Industrial Revolution, more stuff coming, and our appetite for consumption have grew with that. With more stuff and more people, we're start concentrated in the high cities. By 250, 70% of the world will be living in high-density cities. Our concentration has now made us share more, and we're seeing the rise of sharing economy at $110 billion today. But the focus today is on experience. How can we deliver experiences? About 40% of Americans are willing to pay up to 5% for a better customer experience. And with 70% of adults being on social media, this is being a catalyst for this experience economy. And we see an opportunity for us here. With Bundl, we want not just to produce product, not to focus on product or the service or even experience. We want to make sure that the whole experience is great by focusing on the quality of the materials and the quality of the information we need to make that experience come to life. Some of the insight we found in our research and talking to people, a lot of people are willing to pay a little bit more for a better experience. A lot of people living in high-density cities don't have enough space to actually store their items, their stuff, even if they actually do use it quite often. A lot of people also would like to try a product or rent a product just to have the experience and make sure that this is exactly, fits well and this is exactly what they like. And finally, a lot of people are actually shying away from trying new experiences because they don't have enough knowledge or know exactly what kind of items goes into this kind of experiences. So how can we ensure that your next experience is going to be awesome and memorable?
So I would like to invite you to meet Jane. Jane is a 40-year-old business consultant. She's very nitpicky about everything she does. She has to have control. She has to make sure that the things that are going around her happen the way she wants it to happen. So she struggles to find time in her career to make that happen, but she still wants to experience the outdoors, or in this case, this perfect moment that she sees throughout her life. It's a picture of Ansel Adams. Like, she's always looked at that and she's like, wow, I want to really have this moment come to me. And I'm at a point in my career where that's the right situation, I can make that happen. Do you remember that I told you that she struggles to plan things? She always wants perfection. And in order for her to go through that perfection, she needs to plan, she needs to have all these things put together in a way where it makes sense for her to make that happen. But as she goes through all these sites and begins to put all this experience together, she realizes that a lot of people is talking about this new site called Bundl. And she wants to give that a try since she's struggling to find the appropriate time to make it happen. So she goes into Bundl and goes into the outdoor section. She thinks it's the cage. She wants to see what's out there. But in reality, what she wants to do is camping. She's a Burning Man type of person, so for her, this package won't do. So she decides to rush around. She arrives to the ultimate experience package, which includes some of the things that she really is looking for and struggling to find out there. There's all this material in the internet, data is all around us, and she's just overwhelmed by the excessiveness of it. She sees great reviews. She has some information about the materials, about these particular pieces that she needs. You know, she decides to go for it. I mean, there's nothing there that she's not looking at that is not giving her what she wants. So she takes all these packages, these bundles that she's putting together, and decides to have them shipped to her apartment. She decides to ship them to Jane's apartment, her fiance, who lives in San Francisco. So in order for her to share this experience with him, she sends a message, let's say maybe a week before the trip, that she's planning to Yosemite with James. She gets this message just telling her, you know, you have this certain number of boxes waiting for you, and this is what's included in them, so that she can start familiarizing herself with all the items are in this bundle. So as Jane goes to San Francisco, she goes to James' apartment. She finds the boxes. She knows what to expect. They're perfectly numbered. She can easily track that. She's on her way to that amazing experience that she's been planning so far. Packing, getting it all together, it was a thing of no time. She just needed to enjoy her time, put it together, relax, enjoy the scenery. It was that picture-perfect moment that she's been looking for, and now she's been able to get it. So on her way back to San Francisco, she schedules a pickup. These items are going to be picked up at Jane's apartment. She had an awesome experience, the ultimate experience that she was looking for. She decides to give it a 5-star review, writes a nice comment about it, and that's all she needs to do. So how does Bundl work? The way we're thinking on Bundl, it's about partnering with businesses that already have the operations and the strategies to deliver these items to customers. We're going to grab those items, hold them at a FedEx warehouse. So this service is something that they already offer. And we're going to hold the items and send them on in one single delivery so that the users can have access to all these things that they were expecting. Once they're finished with the usage, they send them back. And that's pretty much what they need. So it's a very simple service.
All right, so the value of Bundl. So the idea is the customization of these packages. So yeah, we have these packages curated for you. It has all the items you need and the kind of information, like some kind of we connect to blogs to make sure you know what is happening in Yosemite, what you can do actually beyond the actual camping experience. And let's say you want to do hiking there. What if you need boots? So you can delete an item, you can add an item to the package, update, and then you just rent it out. If you like it, you can keep it, you can charge the difference. So that's another way for you to try the product. So the value proposition for a business, we're trying to give them more value for their products by giving them a kind of new channel to try, let's say, last year inventory that didn't sell a lot, or the items that they don't sell often. And also kind of give them a market to test new products and new kind of target segment. Also for people, obviously, for customers, we obviously want them to have the best experience they can have by making sure they get to try the items, that we save them from all the going and picking up all the items from each place, or looking online to make sure this is right, this is the right item for this kind of experience, and make sure they really have everything they need to do that. Now, we talked about camping as an example, but what if you want to have a great dim sum experience for your friends? What if we can send you a package that has all the material, all the items, or the knowledge you need to actually create that experience and ship it back? What if you're going to an event for like a few days and you want to bundle with your friends, you share that kind of this package, and then you all pay together, and then you're really ready to go there. It's all get just one of you guys. And what if you want to try something really, really new, like a 3D printer, and you build a little toy with your kid at home, and we send you that package with all the information and items you need. So as a package, we make, as a business model, we take 10% of every transaction that happens, and 5% of that transaction goes to make sure that our customer service, our partnership, and communication, and payment management partner from FedEx to actual business partners. As of our customer acquisition strategy, we want this to be more exclusive and identified and just have a smaller amount of people who can use the first year to hopefully grow into almost $4 million. As of revenue, we're expecting our top line to be $600,000 in the first year, and by the third year, approaching $4 million. For our rollout plan, we want to focus first on establishing good connection with partners and a better relationship with FedEx and how we're going to do this services to hold and make sure they get the items on time. For the second year, we want to focus more on introducing new categories and more partnership, more beyond the outdoor market. And lastly, we want to focus on growth, sales, and acquisition. So share with us what kind of experience you'd like to see in Bundl, and Bundl up. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so in terms of presentation style, I thought the presentation style was a little flat. But I'm trying to work back into your category. And your category seems to be, are you sort of a recommendation engine that delivers the stuff to your door?
No, I think we're.
Is it vacation
No, what
package?
we're thinking about this is not so much the recommendations, it's the convenience for you to have everything you need for this experience to have it in one particular place. Instead of having to go back and forth between different sites and trying to understand what do you need about, what do you need about these items to make that experience.
Well, what that does is it takes you back to content creation. I mean, somebody has to create all this content. You know, today there are a lot of places that aggregate and create content and just display it as recommendations. So, I mean, you could go and search, you know, great camping experience. You can get the best tent and the best stove and the best sleeping bag, and, you know, maybe even some advice about, you know, face the door to the west or something. So what you're doing beyond that is then shipping all that content to your door in a box, you know, with a sheet that says, so, I don't know, tells you.
I think first we were thinking that because the experience could be, the item that for an experience could come from more than one partner. So for us kind of having everything you need, because sometimes you might need like a first aid kit or something that's not available on that specific site. So we're trying to curate.
Well, but I mean, but this is, if you go to a really good outfitter, you know, who really knows his or her stuff, you know, they'll tell you everything you need. So, I mean, I'm just trying to get my head around what your category really is.
I think, you know, you set up the need pretty well with the density of urban living problem that we're going to all face, but yet, which is probably going to want to make us seek out differentiated experiences even more, but we living in these little like cubbyholes, these metropolises, and then, you know, looking 20 years, 50 years from now, right? 50 years out. So there's a big need that's coming down the path. You guys are recognizing, like, and we can't keep living where everybody has their own tent, everybody has their own cook stove, and everybody has their own this, you know, this massive consumption, whatever. You can't hold proper the weight of that. So you guys are satisfied. And you kind of created an interesting proposition where, hey, we can be the bundlers of experience. And like the brand is awesome, that notion of it, but I think you have really innovated in the how. You know, you're kind of meager about, well, we're going to get REI, we're going to get these guys, and they're going to, like, you know, somehow magically agree to, like, ship their products to our customers with our brand on it, do all the work for us, and we're going to pay you, yes, to do the hard work of getting the consumer. And we're going to expect the consumer to send it back, you know. So I think that the bundling logistics needs innovation. And I also think it needs like some chutzpah, some aspiration. Like Amazon could probably hit this out of the park, right? But look at the scale of Amazon. Look what Jeff did. He's like, yeah, I'm going to build distribution warehouses all over the country, all over the world, goddamn. I'm going to put drones in the air, and I'm going to like build my own products. And, the guy's got chutzpah, he's got aspiration. He built it in the logistics system to like create the world's largest marketplace, right? And you're going to take Jeff's aspiration and say, no, it's a shared marketplace. That's different. That's what's needed. That's the future, Jeff.
But those dots aren't connected though, because there's the sharing thing, and then there's the curation thing, right?
Yeah, no, they need to figure that out.
Yeah,
totally. And don't think small about it. Don't think big. Remember last said think big, man.
Yeah, and I think that's just where we are at in terms of we need to spend more time on figuring out what these packages are. So we're focusing mostly on having, you know, the ecosystem and what to do to figure out the curve before we move over. So I think that's pretty valid. That's what we're looking at.
think the basic framework now, I know you guys struggle from like a locker system to this idea, and you've gotten, you're there. You just not to like think big about it and nail the logistics and connect it to the experience curation, like Asher's saying.
Which is, and did you have an ask slide?
No.
You can't read your slides at all.
Can't really like to
Thin fonts. Does anybody have a thing about thin fonts today? You're all running back like, God, I got to put more thin fonts on my presentation.
Love thin fonts.
Love thin fonts. Do you know what you're going to ask for?
about $200,000.
Okay, so, yeah, we'll talk about that later, but one milestone.
Both golf.
Oh, Jane was in a scenario.
Is Jane really your wheelhouse? Is Jane your perfect target customer? So what's special about her? She seemed a little anal retentive, fear of missing out.
I think also, what sounded like,
She has a cat.
what sounded like me to Jane, like she doesn't, she's a control freak, but she doesn't plan ahead far enough to say, I'm going to have gone out and seen and purchased all these items to go camping with. I don't have any. And it sounds like she hasn't gone far enough out to do that, nor does she necessarily know how to do that. But she's like, oh shit, I really want to camp in 2 weeks. I haven't done anything.
Well, that's the profile I'm sure, and actually that's what I'm responding to a little bit, that on the one hand, she seems very thoughtful, process-driven person, and then she's saying, oh, I want to, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, we didn't illustrate that very well for you in the slides, but basically what we have is like, there's these two types of or descriptions of our persona. One is like, yes, she plans ahead, and that's why she's so obsessed about it. But that planning, that was way that like wanting to have the perfect thing, like that prevents her from doing like the things she wants, because she ends up like spending all this time planning for that moment, and that's limiting.
But that's a different use case than you deciding on Monday that you're going to go with 4 of your best buds on Friday, you know, to Yosemite.
Oh, wait, she's in New York, so I mean.
It sounds like Jane would be somebody. So I see some of myself in Jane in the sense of like, sometimes I just like packages. Like, for example, like Living Social, they have packages of like, you know, the wine country, you get all this cool stuff, the wine. So I feel like that's what Bundl is. Like, I can just pick through these packages and like, I want to go to Coachella, and you offer me like not just the tickets, you offer me the hotel, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, or it could be like actual products, and like you offer me like an umbrella, or you offer me the comic Candy Joe, you know, like, so it just sounds like it's packages that people are choosing, and those packages or those bundles are experiences. You know, like, I want a romantic dinner, but I don't have time to like go to movies and buy all this stuff. Because you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's what we're going through.
yeah, but I feel like it's
This
supposed
is
to
the
come
first
through
one.
like that. It just came through a little
One more comment?
I think this is a great idea. Through our research, we definitely have the same sort of type of persona that came up and was validated also with the C scores, because they did a virgin experience, something, and making sure, yeah. So that's definitely like the person who like wants to go out and do things, has the money to do it, but doesn't have the time to get perfectly what she or he would want it. Also, with sort of like this delivered logistics, I think there's definitely a space for innovation here, because we're kind of running into the same thing of like how to trying to really explain or figure out the logistics on how to deliver, like right in that kind of like sweet spot where you're giving just enough that people kind of still have enough of their own control over the situation or however they want things to turn out. And it also does seem like there is a gray line between the buying the bundles from like brand new retail versus getting a bundle with stuff that people have already used or is like being rinsed or whatever. So I would say maybe that could be, you know, I don't know, like a separation there, or maybe even, because I would definitely be more like Jane, but I'd be so picky that I want to like go through each one and swap out the things that I want to go in this particular one. So maybe that could be, I don't know, that mix between the gray area and like, you know, the retail and the bar. But it's a great idea.
Okay, thank you. So we asked.
How many teams have to go? 3, right?
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rochambeau.
Great.
Oh, shit. Dance